niggas always talking, I'm like, fuck it, let them chat. I been getting money, you know I can live with that. Legend in my city, winning, showed it on the map. And if I leave this bitch tomorrow, they gon' quote it as a fact. I'm like, who the hell could stop me? Carbon copies on my timeline. Get up out your ego, learn to think with your divine mind. Main role in my movie, get that boot if you ain't acting right. Biting on my style, these niggas rapping with some appetite. Better know where you at night. Ride around with that strap at night. Catch me flicking ashes, thumping funky at your traffic light. Tipping out my bottle, all in honor of my dead. Swear these niggas want no drama on my mama, on your head. I was raised to be that way, you just can't hold it, G. Being a block, I'm on my pivot like I'm supposed to be. Clocking digits with them niggas who been close to me. Popping shit and putting dick all in her ovaries. But I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too play for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too play for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. Who gon' tell your tale if you don't leave no good impression? You ain't mad at me, little bitch, you mad at your reflection. Working on my hoodoo, burning sage for my protection. But if that shit there don't work, you know we brought that Smith & Wesson. I ain't stressing, found my blessing in the lowest state. She tell me, Xavier, please come over, though she know it's late. I could've went and beat that down, instead I chose to wait. I been that nigga in my city, that ain't no debate. See, once you learn to drop your feelings, you might drop your ceilings. I talk to God about my dealings when it got my healings. Don't point my way with all that drama, I be bout my commas. What's worse about your lack of papers, you ain't got no honor. But I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too play for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too play for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground.
Smartphone for the dumb bread, clip full of the bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the bread cane. Mindset on the next move, no time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack, nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread, clip full of the bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the bread cane. Mindset for the next move, no time for the head game. I'm a player, you a parody. Bad bitch, two braids like a Cherokee. So much that I might need a parody. Smoke dope and I might need therapy. I be fly than a bitch, young parakeet. Apparently, these niggas don't know who I be. Last time I came to the show, so you paid at the door and I slid in, no ID. You ain't cold like me. No, you see the name in neon. Prime time shit like Dion. Niggas ain't peas, they peons. Hit it in the bed, bad beyond. Neck on froze, on Freon. I ain't gotta tell her that we on. Shawty know she heard of the band and the brand and the type shit we on. Fuck they beyond. Got a nigga leading this shit like eons. He a fan, he a windmill. Top down on the coast, got a wind chill. But I'm grill, big fur, nigga chinchill. Tell him simmer down, sit still. Switch flows like knobs on the faucet. Tell him I need all of the profit. I'm off for the week shit. Probably off for a week shit. With a queen at the crib, got it looking like freak Nick. My flight about to head from the runway. It's noon, getting head on a Monday. Sunbathed on the beach on a Sunday. Niggas still getting paid from the one play. Pulled up into what you call it, eating on that, can't pronounce it. They seen I ain't announced it. Doing numbers like 8 accountants. Ducked off by the lake and mountains, might make it sound like that. the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clip full of the bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break cane. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game. I'm a vibe, I'm a trip, I'm a journey. I'm a dog at the game in the gurney. Yo, bitch probably came with the scurvy. She be playing more games than attorney. Turn up, turn wheel on the yacht deck. Cold drink, hardwood, and a hot neck. Grotesque protest when I shop wreck. Gotta now give a fuck who got next. A good tall glass of the Merlot. Pin gang got the cash on turbo. Teed up with the iron like Top Golf. New whip with the top piece chopped off. Off work, I came to play. 2 blunts, tall Tanqueray. Don't simp, get paid today. That hate can't make a stay. Out west where the Lakers stay. And I'm still up getting to the bread like aisle 3. If it ain't about that, don't dial me. Put a little right in your act, baby. Do it for your bread and your black babies. Nigga, don't flex, just build muscle. I'm up, I still hustle. Ball game like Bill Russell. Rap game on Chris Wallace. Nigga wanna switch wallets. Give a fuck what a bitch call it. No shit for the faint of heart. Get rich, nigga, play your part. 5 bands, 2 days apart. This shit like ancient art. And I'm still in the hood like an engine. Slide 4 deep, done division. Papa my shit for the pension. Pretty little freak in the mentions. Checking her physique at dimensions. Let a nigga peep your position. In the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clip full of the bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break cane. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clip full of the bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break cane. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I would like to welcome y'all back to Attraction Economics. I am your guy. I am your guide. I am that guy that's going to help y'all maneuver through these markets, whether it's dating, whether it's business, social media influence, whatever the case may be. I'm going to break down the economics of attraction, the supply and demand of power and leverage, and everything in between when it comes down to attraction. That's what we do over here. We break down the supply and demand of attraction. So before I get into the proceedings for this evening, y'all hit the like button, y'all hit the share button, y'all hit the subscribe button, and if you want to donate, it's around us somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If you see it scrolling on the banner, hit that jump up, cash out, $ Big Dog Barking 2132. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hit that jump up and donate to the cause, go ahead, donate. Cool. If you don't want to donate, it ain't gonna bother me none. You know what I'm saying? I would appreciate it, but it ain't gonna bother me none. I'm still gonna go on with the show. Excuse me for a minute. Let me see what's going on. Hold up. Gotta go through all this water. I ain't did what I supposed to do. Hold up, give me one minute. Hold up. Screw me. Oh man, I ain't even. I try to have bangles, you know what I'm saying? I try. I ain't gonna hold it. I mean, I'm even though I'm pushing 50, you know what I'm saying, I still be in tune with the streets and whatever the case may be. I still know good music. You know, a lot of the music that come out today is I don't know what to say. Put it like this: if I was in my early 20s right now rapping, I'd be rich. That's all I can tell you. If what they put out now is getting a lot of streams and all that right there, what I was doing in the early 2000s, I'll probably be rich by now. Yeah, my main focus when I was rapping was strictly I could rap about women, no problem. because that what I was dealing with a lot from 99 up until maybe 2009, 2010, something like that. If you ask for a verse dealing with women, I had you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Talking good, talking bad, talking nasty, talking classy, whatever the case may be, I had a verse for you. But I try to keep some hot music over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to change up because I see a lot of people you know, not using vulgarity in their songs and they're not trying to curse as much on their pounders and all that, right? Which is cool, you know what I'm saying? That helped me become better talking to people because I am a country boy and cursing is like my second language. You grow up in a household full of people that curse every day, all day, every day, you know, you get used to it. And so now with people trying to cut back on the vulgarity, that might help me out a little bit more so I can give y'all, you know, better content and better wordplay without being so vulgar. So just give me a minute. I ain't perfect, but I'm gonna try. But anyway, like I said, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to donate, $ Big Dog Barking 2132. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But that's not gonna stop the show. So today we're gonna talk about over investments. Why men over invest. It's from an economical standpoint. Now, again, this is what I do over here: attraction economics. So when I break things down, it's not dating advice, not dating tips. It's not no player shit, whatever the case may be. It's straight up business. It's straight up supply and demand. It's straight up markets. It's straight up how things operate. And when you listen to how things operate and you see how you maneuver in your everyday existence, from personal to professional, all across the board, you will see that what I'm saying holds some weight. So today we're going to talk about why men overinvest and they feel some type of way, but it's from an economical standpoint. So first and foremost, I'm helping y'all guys out and I'm tell y'all something. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is what it is. But this one I'm finna tell y'all. Guys, you do not lose women because you're not putting in the effort. I'm gonna say that again. You're not losing women because you're not putting in the effort. I know y'all guys putting in the effort. At least that's what y'all tell me online. You know what I'm saying? You could be just saying things to make yourself look like a good guy, whatever the case may be, or you actually a good guy. That's cool, whatever the case may be. So that's not why y'all are unsuccessful with women. It ain't because you're not trying to be good with women. It ain't not that you're trying. That's not why you're losing. Why you're losing with women in 2026 is this right here. You're acting like amateurs in a market you don't understand. I'm gonna break that down to you before we go any further. It ain't because you're not trying with women, it's that you're playing the game like rookies that don't understand the market. So again, this is right into my wheelhouse because I did a book. I didn't publish it. I don't know. It was something going on Amazon where I couldn't publish it. I ain't went, blame me. I put all the blame on me. I'm not, whatever happened between me and Amazon happened between me and Amazon. I could have found other alleyways, other way to put this book out. I just chose not to. It's on me. But I did write a book sometime last year, 2025, about comparing women to stocks. You know what I'm saying? And this is right up in my wheelhouse what I'm talking about today. The problem ain't that y'all are trying to get into the stock market. The problem is y'all don't understand the stock market. If you hear what I'm saying, now the problem ain't you trying to get in, the problem you don't understand it. So just like the stock market, it's just like the dating market. The problem ain't that you're trying to get what you want out the market. It's just that you don't understand the market in 2026. And I don't care how you feel, what age you is, whatever the case may be. If you're a single individual right now in 2026, and you have a lot of complaints about the women in 2026, that's because you don't understand the market in 2026. That's what this really boils down to. You're not understanding what's going on, and you're choosing not to understand because your way of thinking is the only way of thinking you believe in. How you look at the dating market is the only way you want to look at it. And you're going to try and fail according to how you look at the dating market. But let me ask you this question though. Do you move like that at your job? Do you move like that on social media? Do you move like that in every aspect of your life? Is that you fail to look at everything that's going on and you just believe in what you want to believe in, and if it work, it work. If it don't work, it's the market fault. Because see, when it comes down to the stock market, we'll sit here and say we'll see our competitors of other races doing what they do with the stock market, and us as a community, we want to get in where we fit in when it comes down to the stock market. The problem is we don't want to take time to get the literacy we need, the education we need to actually play that game that our contemporaries playing. That's a problem. So instead of us sitting down and learning the market, we'll sit there and say it can't be done. I can't get what I want out of this market, so it can't be done. But again, you're looking at what other men are doing, and they might have success in their relationships, and you'll call them lucky. Just like you'll sit there and say somebody that played the stock market for 10, 15, 20, 30 years and find the cash out and they got all type of paper. Or just keeping their stocks in play and their investments go up. It's a whole nother story about that right there, about the stock market. It's a whole nother ball game right there. This lady would start sending me text messages. No, now before I go any further, this is my wife. Our anniversary is February 7th. So excuse me. I started early. I was gonna go on at 5. But I was sitting here thinking, I want to go get me something to smoke. I want to go get something to eat. I'm trying to bundle everything up in one time so I can just make one play and come back to the house and get myself comfortable and chill out, whatever the case may be. So I went and I said, you know what, I'm going to start an hour early so I can get the fuck out and come on back. And she was like, all right, cool, whatever. Now you want to sit up here and text me like crazy. Okay, whatever. But anyway, like I said, we'll sit here and look at a man that's successful with women, whether they're dating, whether they married, whatever the case may be. And we're wondering how they become so successful with women. It must be luck. It's crazy how many times I'd have been told I got a good wife. I picked right. I was lucky because I've been married for so long. But when I sit there and say I understand the market, when I was a single man, I understood the market. I knew what type of guy I was in the dating market. I knew what I wanted. And when I kept getting what I wanted before I got with my wife, it got boring. And to some guys, they be like, man, how you get bored jumping from female to female to female? Once you lose the fun of it. Because the only thing you're doing is you just getting what's between their legs. And once that becomes repetitive and monotonous, it don't have even no feeling anymore. It's like I talk my shit, get up with them, get their phone number. Within a week or two, I can smash. And when you're doing that on repeat, Once you done finally got down with the type of females you like to a T, that you know I got a lot of success with this type of female. And I know with this type of female, pretty much this like they like this conversation, they like this about me. Woo. Once I pretty much understand who I am and what I like and how all that work together, it's pretty much like I can't fail. It's pretty much like I can't fail. So when you get to a point where you can't fail, a lot of people will say, well, why not keep doing it? Because it gets boring sometimes. It get boring sometimes. You don't think some of the greatest scores in the NBA have to find a way to keep being a great scorer? The great Michael Jordan used to have a chip on his shoulder just to go out there and bust your ass for 40 points. Even if you ain't say nothing to him. He just had to have it in his head that I need something to keep me motivated to go out there and score 40 on somebody. All the greats, they need that extra motivation because you could be great, but then it get boring being great. It gets boring. Once you done figured out something, and like as soon as you hit the field, as soon as you hit the court, as soon as you hit the club or whatever the case may be, bro, you already got your game down pat to where you can't miss. There's no challenge. Where's the fun in it? What's the fun in me playing the game if there's no challenge? The only challenge that was left for me to go after female that was out of my league, which required me to do more than what I needed to do. And I wasn't down to do it. I was good in my lane. I'd rather be good in my lane than be sorry in the lane above me. That's just how I looked at things. I'd rather dominate where I'm at than to try to move up and don't dominate. Some people dominate in high school and they peak in high school. Some people dominate in college. Some people dominate in the NBA. When it came down to just dealing with women, I started at 12. By the time I got with my wife at 24, that's 12 years of dealing with good women. 12. So by the time I started dating my wife, it wasn't too much left for me to do. It wasn't too much left for me to do once I got with my wife. I figured them out. I tried something, it worked, kept doing it, tried something, it failed, throw that away. So when it comes down to attraction economics, especially when it comes down to dealing with the dating market, and even though I've been out the dating game for 22 decades, I still know what's going on because the same rules apply. A lot of guys don't know what they're doing because they don't want to take the time to understand the market. All you know is see woman, fuck woman, yeah. That's all you know. I see a chick, I like a chick, hope to get some pussy. And if the boxing is good, then I decide whether or not to keep her or let her go back to the streets. That's most guys' investment strategy. If I see a chick, if you make me feel some type of way, I'm gonna holler at the chick. And if that ain't go the way I want to go, and I can get her in the bedroom, go and take them panty drawers off, and go and hit that little nook monster. If it's good, I'll keep her. If it was if it was trash, if it was all right, so she might be an option. Some late night when I'm, desperate or whatever the case may be. And if it's trash, I don't even deal with it no more. That's the investment strategy that most guys have. And what bothers me is that when you like the female and everything you like about her, you want to keep her, and she's like, I don't want to be kept. I don't want to be kept. You like the female, now you want her to cook and clean for you, and she like, I don't do all that. That's not what you get up with me for. You didn't get up with me to make you 5-star meals and to keep your house spick and span. You got up with me because my box was good. My head was good. That's why you got up with me. She ain't no fool. She know why you currently blowing her phone up. It ain't because you want her to come over there and just make you a sandwich out the blue. You can make your own sandwich. No. She know that what she got between her legs, them 32 teeth in that tongue. And for some, that little back door action, hey, to each his own. But she know why you keep blowing up her phone, because you like that. You like that body. You like them looks. That's why you keep blowing up her phone. Not because of her culinary skills. Not because she's can keep the house clean. No, you like that body. You like that sex. That's what you like. And then you want to try to add on features to what you like. And when she say no, that's gonna cost you extra, I don't do that. Now you mad and say I ain't get a good return on my investment, but look what you invested in. You just invested in it. You didn't invest in a lot. You didn't invest in a lot. You invested into one part of the woman, and you got that. You got that one part of the woman you said you wanted and you liked it, and now you want to add on other parts that you think should come with a woman. You want to start adding on parts that you think should come with a woman. But again, like I said, when dealing with the dating market, it's the same way as dealing with the stock market. The laws apply the same way. The laws apply the same way, just like with money, just like with jobs, just like with social media. The laws, the rules apply all across the board. And once you realize that certain rules apply no matter where you go, you'll be better. You'll be better. I can sum it up in so many different analogies. It's just like going to the casino, and I done said this on so many occasions. It's like going to the casino and you go straight to the slot machine or the penny machine, and you put your little 5, 10, 20, whatever you're going to put into the machine, and all you're doing is hitting the button. That's all you're doing is hitting the button. And if it hits you, it hit. If it don't hit, then you complain about it didn't hit. But look at your strategy. It wasn't no strategy in the playing the slot machine. Ain't no strategy in playing the penny machine. You just putting money in the machine and hitting the button. What's the strategy in that? What's the strategy in that? Ain't no strategy in roulette. Play better number, better color. What's the strategy in that? There ain't no color. There ain't no strategy. There's no strategy in roulette. There's no strategy in blackjack except get to close to 21 without busting, without going over. That's the only strategy. To beat the dealer, whoever can get the closer to 21 without going over. That's it. There's no strategy. There's nothing to do. The simple rules. Play poker. Play poker. If you're going to gamble at the casino, go to the poker table. Now it's you against other competitors. Now you got to read body language. You got to read tails. You got to see who's bluffing and who really got it. You got to be disciplined going up against 4 or 5 other individuals for whatever's in the middle of that table. You have to read them. Some of them you can read and say, oh, they don't know what they're doing. And some of them got a good poker face that you can't tell what they got going on. They can have 2 of diamonds and a 5 of clubs and get nothing but straight garbage on the turn. But they ain't gonna let you know they got garbage in their hand. Poker face strong. And you sitting up there don't know which way to go. Should you go in? Should you pull back? What should you do? You don't know. But it takes time to understand that game. If you don't want to understand the game, then keep playing the slot machines and keep praying that one of these days you're gonna go in there and it's time for it to pay out, and you so happen to be the recipient of the payout. Or keep putting your money in the machine, keep hitting the button, don't never get nothing. And then I always complain and talk about I ain't coming back to the casino and be back next week. That's the market. That's the market. That is what y'all are up against. And y'all don't want to understand it. Again, that's like playing in the crap house in your neighborhood. You going in there with your check to roll the dice. And everybody going there and they're thinking they're gonna come up. All y'all in there rolling the same dice, and everybody thinking they're gonna come up. Somebody gonna lose. Only one individual in this crap house to come out with everybody money, and it, chances are they ain't gonna be you. But you ain't thinking about the L you about to take. You're thinking that you finna come up. You got a special way to roll the dice, a little special little mojo you got going on to roll the dice. You know for a fact you ain't gonna crap out. You know for a fact you ain't finna get broke. You might even go in there with some loaded dice and hoping that a motherfucker don't catch you switching the dice out when you blow on your hand. Just so you can have an advantage to win over everybody else, but once they catch you, it's hell to pay. Y'all don't want to understand the market. Y'all just understand that the market ain't doing you right. But is it the market's fault or is it your fault? Is it your fault that the market is treating you wrong, or is it the market's fault? Because a lot of times I hear y'all like blaming the women for your failures. Why? Why are you blaming the market for your failures? Why are you blaming a woman that you found attractive and you want to get to know her better, and before she even tells you that she like you enough to come over there and bust a nut on her face, before you even get that call to come over there and do whatever, you already blowing her phone up repeatedly. Ain't asking shit. What you doing? Why? WID. You spending so much time calling her all the time. You want to pop up whenever she say pop up. You want to spend money. You already ain't got no money. The money you do get, you hoping that you spend this money to facilitate things a little bit faster. Giving up your energy. Attention is the number one currency right now, so you're gonna give up all that. You're gonna overinvest into a female, and the only thing you really want is what's between her legs. That's it. The only thing you want is what's between her legs. And once you get that, then what? You still gonna invest in the female and you already got what you wanted? That's basically what y'all be doing. You're gonna overinvest in the female, get that little nook monster, and now you're gonna keep investing even after you said you don't want her. Or you're gonna keep investing when she start ghosting your ass. You're gonna still send her cash apps, hoping she respond to your cash apps. You're still gonna be hitting up her IG, liking everything on her post, on her story. You liking everything. You start sending little cryptic messages on her IG, on her TikTok. See, it's one thing when you invest in the female and you get what you want and you ghost, and now you ain't got nothing else to do. You straight. You got what you wanted. And you know, once you start ghosting her, she start blowing you up and all that good shit right there. Now you want to look at it and brag to your friend, look at her, she crazy, she want that dick. Woo, 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 woo. It feels good when she blowing you up, trying to get back up with you and all that type of shit. She's over investing into you. She kind of blowing you up, kind of trying to do whatever to get back with you and all that type of shit right there. Just trying to see your face, just trying to smell you, whatever the case may be. You like that shit. But you don't like it what's on the other end, though, when you do all the investing into her. You don't like it on the other end when you do all the investing in her and you don't get shit. Or you get the little nook monster and she don't answer none of your phone calls no more. You think you done laid it down. And she just came up and paid her rent. You think you can get back over there, she blocked. Now you sitting up there like, man, shouting with the shit, shouting playing. And I'm like, nah, nigga, she got what she wanted. Just like you got what you wanted. This ain't toxicity. This ain't manipulation. This straight business. This is straight business. When you sit up here and do so much for somebody, and we're just talking about the men right now, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help. What is this? Oh. I guess it was a TikTok came through. Oh, excuse me. But when you do so much, for a female, and the demand for it is low, she don't value you. When you're going crashing out, when you spending so much money and so much time and so much attention and so much energy, when you're going against who you are as a man, when you're going against your standards in abundance, and she's like, I don't need you to do all that. You think that's working? You think you're going to put in all that right there and say, well, shit, since I put all this into it, I got to see it through. Shawty don't care. She don't care. She can leave. She can leave with whatever you gave her without giving you nothing. She can leave with all the money you gave her, all the attention you done gave her, all the time you done gave her, and not give you nothing in return. Nothing. Nothing. She might give you a little taste. She might give you a little taste. But that's it. You put in all that hard work, all that extra to get nothing. And you mad at her. You're upset with her. You didn't even know she really liked you enough for you to do all that. All you know, she gave you her number. And you automatically jumped off the deep end because she gave you her information. She told you to follow her on IG. She don't owe you nothing. She don't owe you nothing. So again, this is like I say about the stock market. If you don't do your due diligence, if you don't do your research, you're going to overinvest into a company that's just going to take everything from you and not give you nothing in return. Just because they had a lot of pretty flashing lights and pretty signs out there and all that right there, you just kind of spending. And it's like, bro, the returns on investment ain't shit. Why you keep spending? Because one of these days you're going to pay off. If I keep on spending and spending and spending, one of these days it's going to pay off. And the company looking at you like, all right, keep spending. That what happened to a lot of folks that lost their money during 2020. Is that you just had extra money to play with and you start playing with Robinhood and stock market and shit like that, and you really don't know what you're doing. And then you up 1 minute, you gloating, you beating on your chest, yeah, I done beat the market, or whatever the case may be. Then the next minute you lost everything. Now you're ready to Kurt Cobain. And the only thing I sit back and say, did you even know what you were doing? Did you even understand what was going on? Or you were just putting money in there because you had extra money to blow? I can't even be mad at somebody that jump in the game and started with penny stocks and crypto. It's like, yeah, that's if you just got a couple of dollars to burn just to learn, go ahead. The same way I tell a guy that I ain't been getting none, I'm like, all right, you want to get some from this chick right here, the non-desirables or whatever the case may be, just to understand what's going on, go ahead. Go ahead. You want to get your little lot list or whatever the case may be, just to see what the experience is like, go ahead. Go right ahead. You want to hit the strip club up and get your experience, go ahead. Hey, that was my favorite part of the experience. When I was I was looking like I was 18 when I was 15. I didn't get carded. I was going to the liquor store. I was buying alcohol, cigarettes, and going to the strip club before I was 18. That was part of my experience with women. Being able to go, staying around the corner from 3 strip clubs, and then one of them carded me when I was 15. That's part of my experience, along with girlfriends. Along with little random chicks in my neighborhood that just respected the clique I was with, that let me rub on their booty just because of the clique I claim. So if you want to go and spend a little $40, $50, whatever, $100, just to get the experience, go ahead. I ain't mad at you. Go get your little experience. Now, what I'm gonna get mad at you is like, if that's your only thing, it's like, well, bro, your portfolio should be full of thoughts. Your portfolio shouldn't be full of low-level, chaotic thoughts. If that's all you're invested in, and you constantly complaining about the market treating you wrong, but look at what you're investing in. You're investing in nothing. You're spending top dollar just to get some box and nothing else. Nothing else. And you gonna tell me that you're winning? I'm like, nigga, you just getting some box. That's it. You're paying for her to go home. That's it. So if that's what you're gonna pay for, okay, cool. Do what you do. But you can't sit there and pay for that type of shit and then get mad when she don't want to make you a sandwich. You can't sit there and tell me all you're paying for, all you want from shouting is what's between her legs, and you get that, and then turn around and get mad because she won't clean your house. I would have to sit there and look at you and say, well, what did you want? Did you or did you not get what you wanted? If you did, what's the complaint? If you got exactly what you wanted, what's the complaint? The complaint is you wanted more than just that box. Again, I'm using nigga logic. You'll sit there and invest in some box, and if it's good enough, now you want her to do all the other shit. And when she say, I don't do the other shit, you feel like you got cheated. But my brother, you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted. Now, it's not her fault you overspent on what you wanted. It's not her fault that you went out your way and gave up all your resources for a marginal little zero return. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. And this is not me taking up for women in any shape, form, or fashion. This is me talking straight business to you guys. That's what this shit is. It's straight business. You literally spent too much on nothing. And then you're mad at what you spent. You're mad at what you spent your money on. But you got what you wanted. You overspent. If she said it was going for 40, how you end up spending 200? If she tell you it's going for the 40, how you end up spending 200? You did too much. You went out your way and did a whole lot of extra for some $40 box. And you're mad at her because you spent more money than she told you to spend? Because you spent more time than what was really required for her? You gave up more energy, more attention for somebody that just said, just hit me up and see what it do? You overdid it. You outbid it yourself. Who was you going against for you to spend so much? Was it the nigga at the workhouse with you that was chasing after her too? Because chances are both of y'all still smash out. And he probably smashed for a whole lot less than you did. And you mad at him. And you mad at her. I remember a situation, one of my close buddies, him and one of the guys that was in my street team when I was rapping. They both was going after the same chick at my guy warehouse. He working in the warehouse. The chick worked at the warehouse with my partner. This is my partner now. This is my ace. We grew up together. You know what I'm saying? From the dirt. The dude that was on my street team was my producer friend. Now, my guy that grew up with me, we moved the same way. We talk shit. I'ma smoke a blunt with your ass. I might bring you something to eat from KFC or something like that, but I ain't doing too much now to get over with you. I smoke a blunt with you. I might smoke two with you. I might bring you a little fast food or whatever the case may be, but this ain't no whining and dining experience. You ain't finna get no ace of spades. You ain't finna get no filet mignon and all that right there. No. You finna get the good dope, some chicken, and some strokes. That's that on that. And Shawty wanted to do that with my nigga. Now, the guy that's on my street team, I like him. He cool people, you know what I'm saying? He wanna wine and dine her. He wanna fix shit in her house. He wanna do this, that, and the third so he can get the little pussy. Okay, two niggas. Now, I know both of them messing with the same chick. My guy that I grew up with, smoking with the chick and getting all type of nook monster from her. Just by smoking blunts with her. The other guy on my street team, he sitting up there wanna wine, dine, and fix shit. Now, this the funny part. So one day, me and my brother, we in the car, we going to pick up my nigga. We finna go to the studio, whatever. And my nigga wanted to ride with us to the studio. We like, all right, bet. We're gonna come scoop you up from the workhouse so we can go on up to the studio. We get up to the job. He get in the car. He telling me, man, whoa, he heated because the nigga on the street team talking about doing physical harm to him over the bitch. He want to do physical harm to my guy over the female both on smash. Because he found out she was smashing my nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with bro, but you got my guy fucked up. Like, we ain't finna fight over no female, bro. It is what it is. Both of y'all getting it. It's just my nigga ain't getting it for this. My nigga getting it for blunts. You actually gotta wind and dine her to get the same thing he getting for 2 blunts. So we ride up to the studio. We hop out the car, going to the studio and shit like that. My producer gonna tell me and my brother that my nigga can't come to the studio right now because the nigga on the street team is his nigga. Okay, hierarchy. You got it. You got it. So my nigga gotta wait outside in the car while me and my brother in there dropping the song. I ain't like the shit, but it is what it is. While your nigga sitting up there in the studio woofing about my nigga. Now, I'm a real nigga. And I fuck with my people. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I write my verse. And the whole time I'm writing my verse, this nigga calling and woofing about my nigga. And I'm like, all right. I'm just hearing you woofing and woofing and woofing. Now I know you. I know enough about you that you really ain't finna bust a great. You just talking shit because you trying to get me and my brother feel like you just finna bust because you got a pistol. You really gonna shoot it. All right, cool, whatever. I'm gonna keep writing. My brother writing. We just writing. We're like, all right, we got this. Drop the beat. Time we go in the booth. I go in the booth. And I start rapping my verse. 16 bars. Was it 8 or 16? It was one of them. I think it was 16. And the whole time I'm rapping, I'm looking right at buddy. And I said it in so many words, like, bruh, this shit deeper than rap, what I'm saying right now. You doing all that pump faking over a female. You trying to wolf and trying to talk bad about my nigga over a female because he smashing up for 2 blunts. And you breaking yourself. You talking about what you gonna do to my nigga. I'm in the studio with you. Just because my nigga outside don't mean I won't get on your motherfucking head for trying to talk bad about my nigga over this female that both of y'all smash. When I sat there and said it's deeper than rap, you'll get your head busted. I'm talking to you. And when I said what I said, he shut up. Now, I ain't saying he's scared of me. I ain't saying none of that right there, but I'm saying is like, you talking tough about a female that was giving it up for nothing because you overspent on the same female. You banging your head against the wall talking about I did too much. My nigga laughing. He telling me what the female telling him that you doing. You cupcaker, you boo gamer, you anytime she needs something, you jumping and available and giving her whatever she want at the drop of a dime when my nigga just pull up and just throw a 3-5 in her face. Roll up. But you mad at him. You mad at her. I'm looking at you like you the idiot. You the dumbass. You ready to fight my guy over a piece of ass that was worth at that point in time $20. $20. You ready to fight my guy over a piece of ass that only asked my nigga for $20. And he could have got it however he wanted. See, that is what y'all got going on right now in 2026. Again, this ain't toxicity. This ain't manipulation. This is straight business. Anytime you sitting up there and you have to overdo it just to get a little piece of ass, you literally doing too much just to get a little piece of ass, just to get a little nook, and get mad at her because you overspent your money. You gave her too much attention. You gave her too much time. You're mad at her. No, my guy. You're hustling backwards. You're hustling backwards. She supposed to show you that she wanted you. One of the best investments I made was with my wife. And folks can say what they want to say. That lady told me no for a year straight. And I wasn't pressed. I wasn't going home crying over her and shit like that. Oh, I gotta have her. I gotta have her. No, 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 no. I didn't do that. I kept it G. I kept it G. She wasn't the only female I was trying to talk to. She was the only female that was telling me no. She wasn't the only female I was talking to. She was the only female that was telling me no. She literally told me in so many words, nigga, I ain't trying to be one of your on your roster. These words coming out of her mouth while we were just co-workers, while we were just working together. She was like, no, nigga, I ain't going. Matter of fact, she told me one point in time I wasn't even her type. Not because of my looks and shit like that, because of how I acted. She didn't like the way I acted. She told me she didn't want to be on my roster. Okay. No harm, no foul. And I kept shooting shots. I didn't care about the response. I just kept shooting shots. I'm a shooter. I got that girl. I gave my wife a Valentine's Day present. We wasn't talking. We wasn't doing nothing. Out the kindness of my heart, just being on some real nigga shit. I could have gave it to any female I was talking to at that point in time. It was about 4 or 5 different females I was talking to. I wasn't even talking to my wife. We wasn't even talking. We wasn't on the phone. We wasn't dating. We wasn't doing shit. I had about 4 or 5 females I could talk to outside of her. It was other females I could have gave this Victoria's Secret gift basket to. $50. It wasn't gonna break me. $50. And just on some real nigga shots, I'm gonna go and give it to her. I'm gonna go and give it to her because she ain't never do nothing wrong to me. She just told me no. And some people are like, oh, you waited Valentine's Day to get. I'm like, nah. If that was the case, I could have been bought her something to get her. I could have been bought her something to get her. The many hookups that I had around that airport, I could have been got her something out of the airport. As high that shit was in the airport, I could have been got her something out of the airport if I just wanted to get her something to say, come on, fuck with me. No, I ain't do that. I ain't do that. It was other things I could have done if I really wanted to get her like that. It was other things I could have done before Valentine's Day. It was other things I could have done. I had plenty of options. I had plenty of opportunity. It was niggas trying to tell me they were trying to holler at her. I was like, go ahead and do what you do, partner. No cop blocking. Go and do what you do. I wasn't worried. I wasn't stressing. I gave that lady a $50 gift basket from Victoria's Secret, strawberries and champagne. $50. Just on some real nigga shit. Just like I fuck with you, you're a cool chick. Here you go. If she would have told me no, I wouldn't been crying. I would have been complaining. I would have been like, man, I just spent $50 on this bitch. She still tell me no. Nope. Nope. Well, none of that was finna happen. Because she been telling me no. This wasn't no desperate plea to try to get with her. I was just on some GP shit. Because I already knew I had other females I could have gave that to, and I already knew what the outcome was going to be. I give her this. We arguing, but if I give her this, oh, you want to come through? You want to go get a room? Eh, might as well. I know for shit show, I would have got some pussy from any of the other females I was dealing with at that time. Shit show. No doubt about it. I would have got some from them other females. I gave it to her. Just on some nice guy shit. She's in my bedroom right now. 20-some years later. Because before Me and before that one time, the whole time she told me no for a year straight, guess what? We're having conversations. We're having conversations. I'm figuring her out. I'm understanding what she got going on. I see how she moving and shit like that. And in my head, I'm like, well, shit, any nigga would be happy to be with Shawty. She got a good head on her shoulder. She know what she trying to do in life and shit like that. All I heard was she got attitude. I ain't never see it. I ain't never see no attitude, but that's all I heard from niggas. She got attitude. She walk around with a mug on her face. I'm like, yeah, she laugh when she around me. She laugh when she around me. I do all type of dumb ass shit. I do shit I ain't supposed to do. I don't never see her mad at me. I don't never see her frown up at me. So that's what the problem is right there, gentlemen. Is that you so quick to do everything for a small return without doing no due diligence, without learning nothing about the chick that's in front of you, without learning nothing about the market. Because all you want is what's between her legs. You say you say y'all want wives. That's a high demand. A lot of y'all say y'all want wives, and you say there ain't no wives in the market. Okay, bet. Now watch this though. Why the women ain't being wives? Why is more 304s being created in wives today? You'll sit there and say because they want to be 304s. I sit there and say, well, according to nigga logic, we don't want the thoughts, but they're necessary. I'm gonna say that again. Nigga logic say you good, wholesome, righteous, upstanding brothers don't like thoughts. But you're also saying in the same breath that 304s, thoughts, lot lizards, pole riders, whatever you want to call them, are necessary. So therefore, we're just talking about markets. Therefore, if there's a market, it's a high demand for wives, and you say it's a low supply for wives, there's plenty of thoughts around. So there got to be some type of demand. And I ain't going to say it's a low demand. They becoming thoughts every day, according to y'all. And you also say that they're necessary until you find your wife. So that lets me know is that y'all are playing in the thought market. Y'all are creating the thoughts, either directly or indirectly, because that's who's necessary. I gotta have me some thoughts until I don't want them no more. But now it's a surplus of thoughts. Now you want the thoughts to start acting like wives, but you also created the market of thoughts. You see how business work? Because if you really wanted wives, you will be maneuvering, you will be moving in the world like you really wanted a wife. I said this not too long ago. You change the reward system, you change the behavior. When you change the behavior, you change the outcome. So if you're rewarding the worst of the worst, what gives them the reason to change? If you're willing to overdo it, overinvest for the worst of the worst, they have not a reason to stop being terrible. So when you sit up there and give up your everything for something that ain't shit, you can't even be mad at them. You gotta be mad at yourself because you know that woman ain't shit. You can't turn her into a housewife. That is old as time. They've been saying this shit before I was born. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Y'all created the whole market, and now you want the hoes to be wives. But you done already fucked them up. You already showing them what y'all willing to reward, what y'all willing to give y'all all to. Y'all willing to give y'all everything to the worst of the worst, and then expect them to deal with the leftovers. You be a good little girl, and I give you what's left that I get through messing around with these hoes. You wouldn't even take that deal. You wouldn't even take that deal. You wouldn't wait for a woman to go around and have her whole phase and tell you to hold up and let her pull a Jedi from Forrest Gump. Let her do whatever she want to do and then come back around and go and give you a baby while she got a package. You wouldn't take that deal. You created this market and then want the market to change when you ready to get married. But then you can't get them to change because you're rewarding the bad ones. Now, I could easily flip this around and say the women do the same thing, but I'm not talking to the women. I'm talking to the men. You overdoing it, over-investing with the bad women, then get mad at the bad women for taking your investment and running off with it. Getting goes with running off on the plug. You're mad at them for running off on you when you gave them everything. When you didn't have to. Same with your portfolio when it comes down to stocks. You don't have to invest into this crypto or this penny stock just because it's cheap and you spend all your life savings to a cheap ass stock. And when that motherfucker don't give you the return on investment you're looking for, is you mad at the company? No, you probably mad at yourself. How you gonna get mad at the company that you ain't do your research on? You just start investing into the company. You just start putting your hard-earned money into a company that ain't shit because it was cheap. And then when the motherfucker tank get delisted, ain't worth shit, you mad at the company. No, I can't get mad at the company. I have to be mad at myself for not doing my research, for not knowing better, for not understanding what the fuck going on, for being ignorant, willfully ignorant, all because I want a quick return on my investment. Not even a big return, a quick return. But y'all got it. Y'all got it. I don't know nothing. Now, like I said, I've been out the market for 20-some years. Y'all got it. I don't know nothing. Y'all got it. But I'm saying all that to say this right here, and I'm gonna get up out of here. It's almost 5:30, and I know my wife want to go and get out right fast. I'm gonna say all that to say this right here. Understand what you're dealing with and move accordingly. This has nothing to do with emotions. Really had nothing to do with logic. It had nothing to do with morals. It's economical. Supply and demand. If you're doing a whole lot for a female that says that's not even showing you that's in the demand, if you're supplying her with a whole lot and the demand ain't high, you're gonna lose. If she's not showing the interest in you like you think, and you kind of going over and above and beyond for her, and she's not giving you the interest you like, why the hell you going above and beyond for the female? Especially all you want is a little piece of ass. You can sit there and have that conversation and say, look, I got this for that. What it do? And you'll probably come out a whole lot cheaper. Instead of trying to give her the whole world and only get a part of a country, the part of a state, hustling backwards. But I'm gonna learn you though. So anyway, if you haven't liked the show, like the show. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't shared this out, share this out. If you haven't donated, whatever. Okay, cool. But I'm finna get on down. I appreciate y'all coming through. Oh, here. I'll holler at you.
Hey, all work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in a stretcher. Fuck the comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chillin' in the desert, I'm good under pressure. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, we'll be to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, we'll be to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Ay, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, we'll be to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, we'll be to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, we'll be to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck with